Hey everyone, it's Lexi Turner here, and I welcome you to today's episode of Confidently Me, where we have real conversations about confidence, growth, purpose, and becoming who we are meant to be. Every person has a unique story, and sometimes the things that make us different became the very things that help us inspire others. Today's guest has found creative and meaningful ways to encourage kindness, build connections, and make a positive impact, and I'm so excited to learn more about her journey. She is a compassionate and inspiring young woman who is passionate about spreading kindness, friendship, and encouragement to others. Through her platform, Shine, she promotes the importance of inclusion, perseverance, and making a positive impact in the lives of those around her. A talented self taught ventriloquist, she uses those unique gifts to connect with audiences and share meaningful messages in a fun and memorable way. She is also the author of It Only Takes a Friend, a book created to encourage kindness and to remind others that a single act of friendship can make a lasting difference. In her free time, she enjoys cheerleading, modeling, organizing, and meeting new people. Through her leadership and service, she hopes to continue inspiring others to shine brightly and make the world a kinder place. Please help me welcome our very special guest, your America's Ideal Miss, Heart of Alabama Junior Teen, August Kate Henderson.
Hey y'all! Thank you so much, Lexi, for having me.
Yes, you're so welcome. I am so excited for today. And before we get started, what's something that people might not know about you from just hearing your bio?
That I have actually never played a single sport in my life. Around in my town, everybody plays travel ball together or everybody plays softball. But I have never played a single sport in my life that involves a ball. But trust me, I cheer for all those sports. Trust me, trust me.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, sometimes I even consider cheerleading a sport. I mean, it does take a lot of
Yeah.
hard work and effort and all of that too. So, when you
Yes.
hear the word confidence, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
I think of someone who believes in themselves. In my opinion, someone who is confident is someone who has faith in themselves. If
Mm.
something gets thrown in their way, they know how to deal with it and they trust themselves to deal with that. And I kind of think of it as it's kind of like if you're going in a job interview and you think, I'm confident in myself. I know I can take on this role and I can take on this job.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the interviewer would think, ooh, yeah, she seems really confident. I know I can trust her
Definitely.
to do this job. So whenever you are confident in yourself, I feel like it really shows to others around you.
That's definitely a great point. I definitely agree with that 100%. So, could you tell us a story of a time when you had to step outside of your comfort zone and trust yourself?
I'm sorry, you started glitching. Can you ask me that question again?
Of course. Can you tell us a story of a time when you had to step outside of your comfort zone and trust yourself?
I grew up all of my life doing dance. I actually started dancing when I was 2 years old. After 10 years of dancing, I decided I wanted to try something new.
Hmm.
I saw my school's JV cheer team at a pep rally, and I knew that that is what I wanted to do. I feel like I really had to trust myself trying out on a new thing and stepping out of my comfort zone, trying
Hmm.
something new. That's definitely not something that was on my bucket list I thought I was going to be doing in the
Oh,
future, but I practiced and I did my best and I ended up making the cheer team. This is my second year being on the cheer team and I'm actually one of my cheer team's co-captain.
that is so awesome. Congratulations. And you're still on JV cheer at your school?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, you were breaking up.
It's okay. I just said that's awesome. Congratulations. And you're still on JV cheer at your school?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I am still on JV cheer. Yes.
Super awesome. So, have you always been a confident person, or is confidence something that you've had to develop over time?
I feel like it was something that I had to develop. Growing up, I was an extremely shy kid. I would always hide behind my mom and I would not talk to anybody except for my parents and my brother. I was so shy all the time. But pageants really helped me stepping out of my comfort zone
Mhm.
and trying something new. I feel like it's made me more confident in myself. And I know since I told you that, you probably don't even believe me, but trust me, I was so shy when I was a kid. And just talking to people, I really had to step out of my comfort zone. And now I am so outgoing and talkative.
Oh, I love that. I love different moments in life that just shape your confidence and things like that. And pageants definitely do help with that. And they also help you make new friends, which is a big part of gaining your confidence as well.
Yes.
And yeah, definitely. So, what has been one of the biggest challenges you've faced when it comes to confidence?
I feel like comparing myself, I know that that's a big thing in today's society. You see influencers online or famous people, and you see what they post on social media, and you might think to yourself, wow, I wish I had their life. They seem so perfect, so
Mhm.
pretty, and I want to be like them. But I have to remind myself and remind the others around me that God made them for a reason and that they have a plan and a purpose, and you never know that they could just be posting the good parts about their life. You never know what's happening off camera and off screen.
Exactly.
So you should never take your life for granted. And I remind myself that I'm perfect and I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
100%, absolutely. And I think I've said it a couple times in these interviews, and I say it all the time too, like, the pictures or and videos are just little snapshots of life because you don't know what
Mhm.
happened while they were taking it or before they were taking it, because that could be the 100th photo that they took before they decided that was the one. So there's just so many different things that we
Yeah.
don't know about the people that we see online.
Mhm. Yes, I agree with that.
Yes. So where did your passion for spreading kindness and encouragement begin?
When I was younger, I was a huge America's Got Talent fan. On there, I saw Darcy Lynn, and that's when I started doing ventriloquism. Once I started doing not just local pageants, but I started doing big national pageants, that's
Mhm.
when I created my personal platform, Shine, which stands for Serve, Help, Inspire, Never Give Up, and Encourage. And I teach kids to be involved in their community and that they can do anything that they set their mind to, no matter what age they are. I feel like using my talent of ventriloquism is a fun way for them to remember what I talk about. And I've been doing that since the third grade. So I've been doing it for a while now. I've visited over 12 schools in my community, and I hope to grow that number.
100%. That is so amazing. I actually loved I was going to cast that, but you went ahead and said it, which is awesome. Your what your platform name stands for. I was curious, but that's definitely a cool acronym. I think that's what it's called for that. And
Yes.
I really just love that so much. I mean, drop the mic. That's all that needed to be said for that.
Yes.
So, can you share a moment when you realized that a small act of kindness can make a very big difference?
Yes, there was one time at my school. I know that middle schoolers can sometimes be a little rude. And there was this kid, and she had recently posted something on her TikTok, and she was really, really proud of it. And I remember all of these kids started making fun of her, and they were like, "Oh, that video was so stupid. Why would you ever post that?" And I stood up to the people I stood up to the bullies, and I was saying, "Hey, why are you being all mean about her stuff? You should treat others the way that you would like to be treated." I know that they wouldn't like it if somebody was making fun of their TikTok post. And since that day, me and her have been friends ever since. We have just been such good friends. And I know that I struggle with that sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes people bully me about what I'm posting on social media, but I don't let what they say about me define me.
And there can definitely be a struggle with that for pageant girls as well. I mean, I've had classmates make
Yeah.
comments about pageant social media and what even is the point. But I mean, you just have to remember that they don't know the full story and just do what you want and then let them be on the other side and they can think what they want. But you just need to stay grounded in yourself.
Yes, I agree with that. Totally, 100%.
Yes. So, being a self taught ventriloquist is a very unique talent. How did you find the confidence to pursue something different from what most people do?
Well, when I thought of ventriloquism, I think that it's a very unique and special talent, and I know that it's not popular. So I really kind of wanted to keep ventriloquism alive and hopefully make it more popular. So maybe more people at my school they can learn how to do ventriloquism and they can do things and step out of their comfort zone.
Oh, yeah.
But I really feel like I I learned how to do it, and I didn't care what other people said about me or what they might think about me. I mean, God has inspired me to do this talent, and He has given me this talent for a reason, and He has a plan for me, and I just keep on trusting Him, and I keep following that path that He's paved for me.
100%. I think that's a very great reminder to not always be worrying about what everyone else thinks, but stay grounded in who you are and who God created you to be. And just remember that He has His own plan for you and not everybody else's is your own.
Yes.
So, has there ever been a time when you were nervous to perform, and how did you work through it?
Yes, definitely. My first time ever competing in a national pageant or a state pageant, I grew up doing local pageants, so I knew everybody who was in the audience, so I was never that nervous.
Mhm.
But once I started doing big national pageants, especially ones with fun fashion in them, doing something that I wasn't used to, I was extremely nervous. I was shaking in my boots, I was shaking in my heels. I was so nervous about to go on that stage, but I just did what I practiced and I was just doing. I just tried my best and I ended up winning that state pageant and it's led me to the person who I am today. It's just definitely taught me to step out of my comfort zone and that you never know what's next, but if you have faith in yourself, trust me, you can conquer it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like I said before, different milestones can be a ginormous part in who we are today and shaping that, and we don't even realize it, which is the crazy part.
Yes.
So so do you have 1 or 2 books?
I have one book, and it's actually currently on Amazon. It's called It Only Takes One Friend.
Yes. So what inspired you to write It Only Takes a Friend?
Well, when I get a new puppet, I think to myself, how can I use this to teach others and to teach other people? Well, I recently just got a sheepdog puppet, and coming up a skit for a sheepdog is pretty hard to do. So I decided, why don't I write my own book? And that's when I created It Only Takes One Friend. It's about a little lamb named Levi who gets bullied by a ram named Rocky. It talks about all the things that Levi had to struggle with. But at the end, Shep comes in as a bystander and he stands up to Rocky the Ram. Then Rocky the Ram gets in trouble for his actions. I think that my book is a great tool and a great way to encourage people to stand up in what they believe in. And I love how I am donating it to different schools and libraries. So maybe years later, 5 years later, somebody can grab that book and it can encourage them to stand up in what they believe in. The crazy part about it is that my brother, he's actually the illustrator of the book. So all the
Yeah.
photos are drawn by him. So we got to do and experience this together, which I was really happy about.
Aw, that's so sweet. I love that. That's so sweet. I love that you got to bring your brother into that. What was your favorite part of
Mhm.
writing and or well, writing it?
Probably see I like to see my brother whenever he was drawing and getting to color the photos and just seeing the book come to life. I mean, I definitely would have never thought that I would be a published author by age 13, but here I am. I'm a published author on Amazon, and it was just a really amazing experience, and I hope that I get to make more books about more puppets that I have in the future.
I love that. That will be really cool. I'm excited to see what's next for you with that. That'll be super cool to watch your journey for that. So
Yes,
moving
thank you
on
so much.
to the topic of ideal, how has being a part of America's Ideal Miss helped you grow as a leader and a role model?
This is my 3rd year competing in this system, and what IDEAL stands for, it stands for impactful, dynamic, encouraging, authentic, and loyal. And I try to put those words and that acronym into my daily life. So hopefully whenever I'm walking up to somebody or introducing myself, I hope that they think that I am an ideal girl. America's Idol Miss has taught me to be loyal, to be authentic in my everyday life. I've been loyal to this system for 3 years now, and it has taught me to leave an impact on the others around you. I believe that I'm doing that with my ventriloquism and encouraging others with my pockets of sunshine.
Oh, 100%. Ideal can definitely leave an impact on all of the girls that compete in it. And even it being my first year, I can just already feel the sisterhood and just all the love between all of the girls. And I mean, just it's just opened so many doors and it's given me so many opportunities between my Florida sister queens and my director. And then I've also gotten to interview ideal girls such as you in this podcast. And I mean, just so many different
Ye-
opportunities. I just love it so much. I mean, it's just amazing. So while we're talking about
Yes,
the 5
this
points of the crown, what is your favorite point of the crown?
I would say definitely the letter E. The crazy part about it is that in my personal platform, Shine, the E in it also stands for encourage. So I feel like Ideal and Shine, I think that's kind of crazy that they both stand for that. But I feel like that's also what I strive to be every single day. I strive to encourage others to leave a lasting impact. Whenever people come up to me or I see somebody who is down, I want to encourage them, give them a pep talk, lift them up. And I'm encouraging people to be an encourager, to shine in their life and let the light of Jesus shine in them. I'm also encouraging others to be involved in their community, that they can do that no matter what age they are, and there is no limit on leaving an impact on someone.
Oh, 100%. I mean, there can never be enough love that can go around people, is what I always say. Just like you said, there can be no limit. I mean, it's whenever people can never be too kind, too loving, too I don't know. You can just not, you can never be to any of that. It's just so important to love one another as much as we can. And that's what God calls us to do as Christians, but also just as his people. So
Yes,
having
and
an
I feel like
America's,
you're sharing that.
thank you. And actually having an ideal state title is a lot of responsibility. So what is your mindset going into events and just whenever things can maybe not go your way? What's your mindset going into that and making sure that you're keeping a positive attitude throughout all of it?
I just always try to make sure that I'm shining in my life and that I'm being an encourager and I'm being kind to everybody around me. Because at the end of the day, people aren't going to remember you on how pretty you were or what your hair looked like or what you're wearing. People are going to remember on how you made them feel. I want to make sure that I'm being kind to everyone around me. I'm encouraging them and I'm lifting them up through any moment that might be having in life. And I want to let others know that they have a friend in me.
That's definitely a great point. And just having that persona and being ready to be a friend to everybody is a very important trait to have. So I love that you have already had that, and that's just so amazing. So what do you think
Yes,
is the
thank you.
difference between confidence and popularity?
I feel like popularity is somebody who, especially, I don't know, but maybe at my school is maybe just like this. But I feel like someone who's popular, they're known for being pretty and they might be known for being smart or what they wear and they might be known for having a good closet. But someone who is confident, they might have all of those qualities, but they're also kind to everyone around them.
Yes.
They believe in themselves and they're shining in their life. They know that they can take on whatever life or or somebody, whatever might get thrown in their way, they know how to believe in themselves and that they have faith in themselves and everybody else around them. And they're just being kind, bubbly, uplifting, just all the great positive things.
I think that's extremely relatable because just like we were talking about earlier with social media and how just what we see is just parts of their lives, it's the same thing with popularity. We can't just assume that popular people and well liked people are confident because it does not mean that they are. They could feel very inferior about themselves inside, and we just don't know it because they don't show it. So it's a very important reminder
Mhm.
to just stay true to yourself, but also love everyone at the same time.
Yes, definitely.
Well, this brings us to our last question. So,
Oh,
I
this went by
know.
so fast. Oh my goodness.
I know it's already been like 20 minutes. But, so if everyone listening remembered one thing from today, what would you want it to be?
I want people to know me as being an encourager, and I want to encourage everybody who is watching this that they can do anything that they set their mind to. There is no age limit on leaving an impact on somebody, and that God loves them. They are perfect just the way that they are, and be confident in themselves because it really shows to others around you. And if you believe in yourself, trust me, I believe in yourself too.
Absolutely. So important for everyone to remember 100%. And I think everyone will from your speaking today. It has been so amazing.
Oh,
And I just thank you so much for sharing everything. And just thank you for joining me today and sharing your story. And I just loved hearing about your passion for kindness and friendship and encouraging others. And your willingness to use your unique talents and gifts to make a difference is super inspiring to me and to everyone listening. And it's really just a reminder that confidence grows when we embrace what makes us uniquely ourselves. And everyone listening, remember, confidence is not about fitting in, it's about having the courage to be exactly who you were created to be. Thank you guys so much for listening to Confidently Me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.